Alright, so, apologies if this seems brief. It's just that between 9 and 11, I'm gonna have to get everything shut off, but also, the technicians will be in here to obviously try to install this, so I'm gonna have to try to get this thing done quickly as possible. Parental Blindness. Interesting title. This episode basically evolves around Scootaloo, Rainbow Dash's parents, and of course, Rainbow Dash. So Scootaloo winds up visiting Cloudstair and winds up literally running into Rainbow Dash's parents. And, they obviously just give every waking moment to show the memory of how Rainbow Dash worked, and how Rainbow Dash is a big achiever. The only reason that Rainbow Dash doesn't keep her parents informed is because, well, she embarrasses them. Or at least is that her parents embarrass her in front of the people she's with. And trust me, it's not very easy to try to deal with parents who basically wind up supporting you every waking moment. But you still gotta give them space for at least doing that. I've known that for the past 4 years. But, the next thing is that obviously Rainbow is a bit upset with them and tells her why she doesn't like her parents being around her so much, and why she didn't keep them informed. And obviously, this does get Scootaloo and her parents a bit upset, as of course, Scootaloo talks to her about how it's good to have parents that look after you, how they could be inspirational. And so, Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo wind up going in and setting up a private little thing for Rainbow Dash's parents, who the dad I thought was voiced by William Shatner, but I was wrong. As of course, the report for, her school is finished, and of course, that basically ends the episode. I say overall that this is a decent episode. I mean, it's not like last week where we had the usual cliche, that I've seen in a story a bunch of times type of story. The parents thinking that maybe she's done this and she's done that with her parents and all. That, the cliche, I'm trying to remember it, but it was, the one cliche where, the parent thinks of, at least has a flashback of when they were young and they did all this and they did that, and they try to do the same thing again, but the child is a bit, not on that side to even do something like that anymore. They want to do something big, something grown up. It's one of those. But I think I find Forever Philly at least passable, but not one of the ones I go back to. This one provides a good, story to it and good lesson overall. The big question mark I have, though, is that why does this knock the canon out of the window? Really think about it. You wind up watching the episode again, and you see something happening that you might miss. Like, for example, you see the parent, you see Rainbow Dash, you see that a lot of the photos were taken, and you gotta wonder, how were those photos taken right on the spot? I mean, it's like they took, like they went into VLC, then took a snapshot of that said situation. Unexplained, But the big one that throws the canon out the window, and or at least how Silverglow calls it, continuity. No, you gotta do it like this. Continuity! Yeah, that's much better. Is that it throws the continuity out the window. Because we see Lightning Dust, if I recall the name properly, from Wonderbolt Academy in this episode. I have to question, why? Why did this wind up appearing? Why is there just, suddenly this character in there, and she's literally got, like, second place or something, but I think that's, like, her way of getting vendetta. Who's to say that her memory just got, if she lost memory of this said character when she arrived in Wonderbolt Academy? It's a big question mark. And I really do not get it, but it's probably for the better that I don't pay attention to the continuity of this show. Just basically all logic from the past 5 or 6 seasons, they're just thrown out the window. So, with that in mind, at least I give Parental Glidness a passable. Same thing as last week, but I feel like it's a lesson I'm familiar with since, I don't know, I feel like I've heard this thing before. But it's still at least passable. So, yeah, apologies if this fell a bit short or a bit long. I can't see the time code over here because of where I have the camera. But, I basically have to get the thing ready for the, I'm just going to call them Xfinity, because Xfinity is such a terrible name for a cable company. But they are owned by the same people that own Universal. But anyways, I gotta get this set up for the technicians to install the new box. And of course, I've moved this thing out of the way, so I no longer have to deal with the sluggish search engine, terrible service, Dish Network. So I'm basically done with these guys. I'll see you guys next week for an all-new episode, and don't worry about the convention vlogs. They are in the middle of, being edited and all that, and, priority I want to do is, I want to get the Con Vlogs panels out first, before anything else. I feel like it's much more easier to get that out of the way than it is to, at least have the vlogs for at least whenever I can, and then have the panels following it. I feel like it's much more easier to release the panels and the pony stock performances much more faster. Again, I'm literally experimenting with doing these vlogs a day, like a whole entire day of the vlog. I mean, you saw it with Thursday's material, and it took me like a couple of hours and then a day or so just to get that down. Friday and Saturday, maybe a tough one, but I could also put Sunday in there. I don't know. But you guess you guys gonna have to wait until the days come out. But I believe it's also to try to see if I can get the accurate information right. Because at this time, I'm also trying to get the equipment for, I'm trying to get, like, the right article from Seattle Refined, which actually visited the convention. And, I've mentioned this in Saturday's vlog, but also the episode will air. But, it also, that, due to the interruption of ABC News, inconvenient timing, must I mind you, it cut literally the beginning of the episode all the way up to 3/4 of the Everfree Northwest article. So, to make sure that this is correct, and I have been told by Seattle Refined, literally on Facebook and Twitter, that they'll re-air the episode on Monday and Tuesday. So, you guys may have a chance to get the Everfree Northwest article. I have been told by Seattle Refined that they may do this, and actually, after it airs, they'll put it up on their page. Once I say in Saturday's vlog that they have it, I'll link you guys to it. So, apologies if I went on a tangent rant there, but I just have to make sure I get everything accurate and down to a T. So, again, I'll see you guys next weekend. Apologies if I went nuts on that. So, see you guys tomorrow.